Welcome, and thank you for the opportunity to review Granville through an organizational lens. My name is Heather Currey. Let's get started. In this presentation, we'll discuss the current challenges facing Granville, or rather GVE, from an organizational perspective. We'll review the theory selected for this discussion, as well as some sub-theoretical comparison. We'll then look at generic graphic presentation of the selected theory as well as specific concept graphic when applying the theory to GVE. Last, we'll discuss why this theory was selected and review the limitations associated with the theory. Granville has had a series of challenges. Starting at the top, the merger with TES forged a consolidation of positions, CEO and COO. Since taking on the role of CEO, there has been minimal attention to production, and the majority of the CEO's attention has been spent putting out fires. There has been a drop in revenue and an increase in cost, and the company is currently sitting at 8% below margin. The production technology is aging and has recently been cited as too labor-intensive. In addition, there has been an increase in line stoppages, missed production quota, and defects. The organization is in the throes of possible unionization, in addition to experiencing high turnover rates. Last, leadership is not on the same page. TES is suggesting the move to production overseas. Further, leadership is recommending the shutdown of the most innovative unit within the organization. To help explain and make recommendations, the selected theory is total quality management, or TQM. Before we can dive into the theory, literature suggests that quality be defined. So what exactly is quality? Some might say it's perfection, consistency, eliminating waste, or the speed of delivery. Perhaps it's keeping in compliance with policies and procedures, or doing it right the first time. Perhaps it's pleasing customers, or is it total customer satisfaction and service? TQM argues it's all of the above. Three gurus of TQM each had a slightly different definition of quality. Crosby noted that quality is a conformity to specifications. Deming said that quality is a predictable degree of uniformity and dependability at low cost and suited to the market, while Duran indicated quality to fitness of use. TQM describes a management approach to long-term success through customer satisfaction. In TQM, all members of an organization participate in improving processes, products, service, and the culture which they work. The essential TQM elements include customer focus, total employee involvement, process-centered, integrated systems, strategic/system approach, continual improvement, fact-based decision-making, and communication. TQM has developed and matured for nearly a century. The three gurus of quality management previously noted all have similar yet subtle different approaches to their theory regarding quality management. For example, each define performance standards similar but subtly different. These subtle differences also show in general approach, structure, and the degree of which senior management is responsible for quality. The highlighting of these differences are continued in this table. While these are subtle differences, it is important to note that all of these components are included and part of Crosby, Deming's, and Duran's work nonetheless. One of the trademark diagrams of TQM is the circular process of plan, do, check, and act. It's meant to represent the continuous state of improvement associated with TQM. The other trademark diagram of TQM shares some semblance to a house. The foundation is built on communication and teamwork. These are core, or rather foundational blocks that support the TQM model. Laid on top of these core elements are leadership, strategic planning, training, and continuous improvement. These elements directly impact each other and strongly depend on the two core elements of communication and teamwork to function successfully. These elements, when fluid and persistent, hone and lift employee, customer, and supplier satisfaction. When employee, customer, and supplier satisfaction consistently thrive, there is an inherited improved culture. Now let's look at GVE through the TQM lens. At the base, or rather foundation, the communication from CEO to frontline employee needs to be solid, consistent, and clear. Additionally, there needs to be teamwork amongst all levels. Right now at GVE, there is distrust, silos, and assumptions. In order for TQM to work for GVE, communication and teamwork must be foundation cores for the company and their values. In the roof layer of the diagram, we have leadership compromised for GVE. Right now, the CEO and COO positions have been combined and are not clearly defined. The previous COO duties are being sorely neglected as a result of troubleshooting CEO-related issues. GVE and TES have seemingly different goals. The CEO knows the value of the structure in the unit. TES sees the bottom line and is reacting, and as a result, is ready to move production overseas. They need to strategically plan and realign goals for GVE, with customer service in the forefront of their strategy. Part of their strategy needs to plan for training and continuous improvement, all while keeping communication and teamwork as a priority in their strategy development. If GVE and TES can get their house in order, so to speak, they should see a lowered turnover rate, an increase in profit, a decrease in supply cost, and an overall improved GVE environment. TQM was the theory selected for Granville for the following 4 reasons. Cost reduction. When applied consistently over time, TQM can reduce the cost for an organization, especially in the areas of production, rework, and warranty cost reduction. Since these cost reductions flow straight to the bottom line profits without any additional cost being incurred, there can be significant increase in profitability. TES's and subsequently GVE's primary concern at the moment is that the company keeps dipping lower and lower below margin. Second, customer satisfaction. When a company has better products and services and its interactions with its customers are relatively error-free, there tend to be fewer customer complaints. Fewer complaints may also mean that resources devoted to customer service can be reduced. A higher level of customer service satisfaction may also lead to increased market share, as existing customers act on the company's behalf to bring in more customers. This applies to internal customer service as well, especially for GEE, potentially alleviating those immediate pressures associated with perceived performance issues. Third, defect reduction. TQM has a strong emphasis on improving quality within a process rather than inspecting quality into a process. This not only reduces the time needed to fix errors, but makes it less necessary to employ a team of quality assurance personnel. This directly addresses the assembly line stoppages that Terry is citing, as well as the reported increase in defects. Last but not least, morale. The ongoing and proven success of TQM, and in particular the participation of employees in that success, can lead to a noticeable improvement in employee morale, which in turn reduces employee turnover and therefore reduces the cost of hiring and training new employees. This would help address the high turnover challenges that GVE is seeing. Moreover, it may help lessen the current unionization rally. Though understanding TQM and how applying it at GVE helps the company with profit, employee, and cultural gains, there are some limitations of TQM. First, TQM is only successful when the entire organization invests in it. If there's a lack of leadership commitment or employee commitment, TQM cannot be successful. Second, there needs to be a shared vision and/or a set of guiding principles for the organization. Third, and perhaps most challenging for GVE in a TQM framework, is the threat of a changing organization culture. The culture change has not been handled at all from transitioning GVE and the integration with TES. The company has shifted away from serving its community to focusing on a bottom line. Thank you for your time in viewing this presentation.